1,
You can use this machine to make a hole in something. For example, you use a small one to make a hole in the wall to hang a picture, or a big one to make a hole in the ground.
2,
This is a hole in the ground which is dug in order to extract water, oil, or gas.
3,
This is a kind of rock deep in the ground that isn't very hard and is easy to break.
4,
This is a narrow space which appears inside rock when the rock breaks. The space can fill up with water or gas. So, what exactly is fracking? It's a way of getting gas out of the ground. Both oil and gas are found deep underground, so to get to them, a well must be drilled. Normally, when a well is drilled into ground where there's gas, the natural pressure of the gas pushes it to the surface, where it can easily be taken away and stored. However, a lot of gas is found inside a type of rock called shale, where there is no natural pressure to push the gas out. If a well is drilled into shale, the gas will not come out by itself. It needs extra help. This is when fracking is an important way of getting the gas out. The fracking process works in this way. First, a well is drilled into the ground through the water table, which is the natural level of fresh water. When the drill reaches the shale, which is where the gas is, it turns sideways through 90 degrees and continues horizontally through the shale. So, to put it simply, the drill goes down into the shale where the gas is and then turns to the side. Then a mixture of water, sand, and various chemicals are sent down into the well. The mixture creates pressure in the rock and the rock breaks. These small breaks in the rock are known as fissures, and these fissures release the gas from the shale. The pressure of the mixture causes the gas to rise to the surface, where it can be collected and stored. One interesting fact is that fracking isn't new. It's been used for many years around the world, mostly to get the last oil from old wells after the pressures dropped. But the process has become much better known with the move to fracking for gas and the search for new fracking sites. Take Canada, for example. Fracking has been used there to extract oil for over 50 years and gas for almost 40 years. More recently, a huge amount of shale gas has been found in many areas of the country, and drilling companies are trying to get licenses to drill in these areas. For example, in the western region of British Columbia, it's estimated that there are over 7 trillion cubic meters of gas which can be extracted. However, most regions haven't allowed fracking to take place because of various environmental issues, which I'll talk about later. In the USA, the production of shale gas now is around 6 times larger than it was 10 years ago, with more and more licenses being given to companies to drill. As a result, shale gas now provides around a quarter of all gas used in the U.S., and the cost of gas is only around a third of the cost in Europe and a fifth of the cost in Japan. However, because the price has fallen so much, companies are reducing their production and exporting more. As in the USA, production in Australia has grown massively. Although production in Australia was always lower than in the United States, it's over 20 times greater than it was 10 years ago, and now supplies a quarter of Australia's gas requirement. It's also helped Australia to become a major exporter of gas. Billions of dollars are being invested in gas exploration, and Australia may well become the biggest exporter of gas over the next few years. The situation in the UK, however, is quite different. The amount of shale gas in the UK has been estimated to be as high as 400 trillion cubic meters. Although fracking could well provide over 70,000 jobs and attract over £3 billion in investment, very little has been done to develop the industry in the UK. Some estimates say that gas bills could be 5% lower if shale gas is produced in large quantities. However, the main problem for fracking in the UK is the high level of population. While in the USA, there are on average only about 40 people per square kilometre, in the UK, there are almost 250 people, so fracking in any area will affect far more people in the UK.